So, this is hypothetically speaking, allegedly speaking, using my imagination to assume what could possibly be going down when people be making decisions and stuff. I picked up this little thingy thing every day. And because Divine Feminine was defending her energy like almost every day, like hours and hours and hours type stuff, Karmic couldn't take it because she was steady like backfire, backfire, backfire. But she was running out of time for the download to register because this masculine was thinking like every time I send out the signal, you receive it. But it's taking her a little bit longer to receive that signal because Divine Feminine took her energy and her power back, and now she's not talking to this masculine. And I don't understand why I didn't register in the masculine mind that if Divine Feminine is not communicating with me, how does this karmic know? You know, because sometimes he not even communicating with Divine Feminine for this karmic. So when I don't know. So it could be like playing with your memory loss and all that stuff like that, or just I don't know, cause he could be asking like, how you know that I wanted this and the third, and she could be like, you said it to me. Remember, you was a little tipsy, you was a little drunk, or I mean, a little high or whatever. But it's like every time, and then I was gonna say that when the karmic feminine is pretending to be divine masculine, that's when because she's trying to make it 50-50. So when the masculine himself is contacting divine feminine, they have a communication about stuff. And then the karmic comes back manipulating this masculine's energy. Is like, yeah, so what was we talking about? I'm sorry, I had to go deal with her, you know, da da da. That's really the karmic feminine trying to figure out what it is that y'all talked about so that she could be the one to do it for him. But then come back to manipulate his energy again and be like, you know what? Type stuff. And the only reason why it made sense was because, I don't know. But when the karmic feminine is pretending to be this divine masculine to channel divine feminine, it's so that to make it 50-50, to feel like it was her idea, you know. And then it was like, oh yeah, my guardian angel told me that my divine feminine will want to do that for me type stuff. So that's why you shouldn't answer telepathy, because you feel like it's the karmic masculine. I mean, dang, see, he done turned into the karmic masculine. He no longer the divine masculine. Personally speaking, your masculine could still be divine. Mine has turned karmic because when I called to confront and try to find out what was all these downloads about and what's so funny, but why you being funny and all that stuff like that, I got my answers. And now they feel like, oh, okay, the fun over with, because they keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. But me, I don't play none of that. Like, once you say you out of there, you out of there. Like, I'm not gonna mentally manipulate, or I don't do none of that stuff, because it's like, if you would do that, ain't no telling what you would do for real, you will. So I don't know if I read this, but divine masculine not saying anything in case he has to come back around. So when he goes back around, he's not going to go to find divine feminine. He's going to go and find maybe his ex-baby mama or whatever. And she's going to be like, I forgive you, this and the third, blah. And then she's going to pretend to be divine feminine. But they can't pretend to be divine feminine no more. So even if he do come back to his ex-baby mama, he going to leave her again. And he going to, like it says, don't allow nobody in your past. But that's a message for the messenger. Like, sometimes when I say stuff to people, it's really because that's what I've been told. Like, no, don't. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that about. But and then why you didn't do that for divine feminine? Because when the rumors first started circulating, he kind of asked me, and it was true that I had another possible baby daddy, but it wasn't the possible baby daddy that he thought. In the beginning, Karmix had black magic over this karmic masculine, who is the fake friend out of the crew. In my situation, that this karmic masculine was using his sex to keep divine feminine, semi-trusting him. But it's like there's some confusion in this karmic masculine of his spirituality and all that stuff like that. And see, spirituality, sexuality, people be trying to confuse stuff, and it's just stupid. But with his spirituality, on whether he should be good or be bad, because when he was good, people took advantage of him, but when he bad, people take him serious. And it's like, but why are you taking advantage of somebody? It's like, and then they say at one point I wanted to be, a light worker, but it took so long for God to answer my prayers that I just decided to be a dark worker because I was getting my, quicker. But God don't play. He not just gonna bless you. You have to work for it. But the devil, he don't care, because as quickly as he gave it to you, he gonna want you to give it, like, repay him. And so he's rushing you to do stuff, and he's like, I'm not ready yet. Let me enjoy this, blah, blah, blah. Type stuff. But anyways, so these females put black magic over this karmic masculine because he had money. He was willing to do whatever for them. He had a car. He supported their habits and all stuff like that. Now, it's some masculines out here that know better, but they play dumb to take advantage of females that, whatever. They want to be taken advantage of by these females. So when it's time for my divine masculine, he only does that to females. So when it's time for him to leave, they'll let him go. But this karmic masculine, he plays dumb to take advantage of these females. So when he needs something from them, which is nothing but sex and head, like to please him sexually, that they'll give it to him because they know that they manipulated him and he caught on. So now it's like, okay, type stuff. But then he'll play like, oh, but literally he'll get sucked right back in. Like, this plot, but you ain't, like, I'm, like, type stuff. Instead of leaving me alone because you don't want to be alone, you're going to allow me to do this to you, apologize, but still do something else to you. Like, I apologize for doing this to you, but I'm going to turn around and do this to you for the benefit of me, because I know you're going to accept my apology, or I know you're not going to want me to leave, type stuff. Realizing the roles they all played, keep the image with karmic crew, karmic masculine receiving karma. When divine feminine came around, it started changing this karmic masculine into seeing what these karmics was really about. So at first, he was being manipulated into believing things about divine feminine, so he felt like he had to protect his whatever he needed to protect. And they say it without saying it. They put telepathy in your head, and then they be talking about the topic of conversation, be like, oh yeah, they put the idea in your head, and then they get a group of people to agree with it. So then when it comes back, like, oh yeah, I was a witness to it, type stuff. No, you just like, karmics told karmic masculine divine feminine knew things about him, but really it was the karmic crew that knew. Karmic masculine realized, and he felt bad. They want to treat this situation like a movie, but it's real life. Don't want to spoil it, because they thought that you was going to be like everybody else, that if they come across you and do something disrespectful to you, that you was going give it a day or two or a week or two, and they was gonna call you, and y'all was gonna be back cool type stuff. What you doing, baby? You thirsty? Get out. So now we're gonna clarify. Oh my goodness, this finna really piss me off. So really, these comics are mad because how they survived. Divine Feminine came in and changed all of that. And the comics didn't like that because now they're like, how am I gonna survive? And basically they're saying, since you're trying to stop my money, I'm gonna stop your money. But Divine Feminine wasn't doing it on purpose. She was just being herself. So things had to come to an end for them to realize that they needed a new approach in life. And it caused them to focus on their imperfections. Like, I drink a lot. That's why I'm so short-tempered, and that's how they could manipulate me. I smoke a lot, and my memory gets a little fuzzy, so that's how they can manipulate me. Or they just target people who have imperfections, who are in a low vibration, who don't love themselves, who have a lot of stress over them, who people please and don't like to be alone and not where they want to be. So they're watching a pregnancy. So this masculine don't want to come towards you because he's saying like you belong to somebody else because you got pregnant. I don't know. Somebody want to get you pregnant. I know I had a dream that I was pregnant, but I was rubbing on the karmic masculine, and that's why I didn't leave. But if they do sleep magic and play on your dreams or whatever, I wonder. Yeah, cause it's like they know that you listen, like you get messages through your dreams, like Noah's Ark. I watched that movie. So they could be saying like, I don't know. Love is in the air, it's a mystery. But personally, I think I'm going to leave this third party situation alone. I'm going to treat it as a lesson, and moving forward, I'm going to be on my P's and Q's, dotting my I's and crossing my T's. Protected and untrustworthy, serious problems, like gang members, you're protected against all of them, all of that. Like, this is the type of people that came into your world and tried to flip it upside down, but didn't know. You know, they thought you was by yourself. They ain't know you had snipers and, you know, what's them army people? What's that? The Bushman when he be dressed up like a little tree. What's that? What's camouflage? Yeah, insiders, undercovers. Like, I guess this crew thought that when I arrived to this area that I was just, you know, I got abandoned by my mama and you know, having to live with your granddaddy or having to live with your grandparents and you the only child type stuff, so there's nobody to defend you and none of that stuff like that. They didn't know that it's like family. Like, I got family rooted here, shorty. You tripping. I got first cousins, second cousins, third cousins, fifth, fourth. But I don't know if I should do another one.